presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Al in Tampa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, if your listeners don't get the gold report, they're missing out. I mean, with your gold report, you just printing money. I love it.
You're my best ad out there, Al. Let's go to Jeff in New Jersey. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Great. Hey, listen, I was calling to thank you. A few weeks ago, you were prompting on your show to fill out that $10,000 grant.
Yes.
So I filled it out, and just a couple days ago, I found $1,000 in my business checking account.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
And I owe it to you, because if it wasn't for your prompting, I would have just assumed, no way I would have gotten anything. So I wanted to thank you.
No, we appreciate you growling a problem with us here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
What's going on, everyone? This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a good holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. Thanks for being with us. Did not get into the eggnog last night, but the Christmas spirits decided it was appropriate to make me feel like I did. I don't know what it is. Be careful, guys. Wash your hands and stuff like that. I know there's I have some family members who have some respiratory infections right now. I think RSV's rocking out there. Some weird forms of COVID. Anyways, we're going to take it just a little easy today. We're going to take a look at what we got going on in the market. I don't have a lot of stories kind of built up. There's not much happening. We can take a look at some stocks and everything, kind of what I'm looking at. What's going on in the broad market is nothing of what's compared to these small. I have on my personal account. This is obviously a paper money account. But in my live trading, I have a whole list of just, speculative penny stocks that I kind of just watch to see what's going on and everything. And everything is up at least 30% today. It's actually kind of unbelievable. We'll talk about some of them. Let's take a look right now. We got going on in the composite. You're up about 0.15% at 20,061. The Dow Jones Industrial sideways right now, up about 0.09% at 43,336. Let me get off that daily. Some nice little bounce on there, especially with some good volume, okay? This has been the weakest indice, right? I mean, you had the composite and the SPX. You had some much more sideways kind of movement, of course, going into the Fed meeting. That cracks down a little bit. Dow Jones Industrial has just been steadily declining over multiple sessions, and we're finally kind of getting back into a kind of a green situation. You guys hear me on this? Let me do that. How about that? That's what goes when you wear a polo. The dollar trading pretty sideways right now at 108.11. You have crude oil off about 0.83% at 69.51. Let's see here. E-mini kind of sideways, trading at 61.02. You have the SPY trading up 0.11% at 601.98. Pretty decent recovery, especially coming down from this Fed decision. People are very, very, I think, optimistic on this market, and that goes for everyone, whether that's kind of institutional or retail. A lot of what I think we're seeing in these micro caps or smaller cap stocks is retailers getting in. And they want to play, Now, that can cause problems, of course, because large institutional guys will sell into those people, especially once the hype just gets too insane. But, we're looking at stuff like Qubit. I don't even know how that's doing today. Yeah, why not? Up 10.9%. Again, not a company that does anything. But this is all retail, I think to some extent, you get institutional investors who see this we just get into it at least. These things are getting pumped unbelievably. You're pulled off from a high of 27.15. There's a lot of decimation in this area for sure. Annihilation, rather. Regardless, And then you kind of get this recovery. And what people see here is the retail investor sees this, comes down, and he says, hey, now is my time to get in, right? Because we're going to go right back to 27.15 is what goes on in the head of a lot of these guys. And it's not going to. This is going to pump down. Now, does it get back to something like 91 cents, which probably should be valued at? Potentially even lower, depending on what their shares outstanding is. But no, I mean, this can stay at elevated levels because you have so many people who are bag holding and are not going to sell out of it. You know, I mean, let's take a look at Rigetti as well. I mean, that's absurd. That's up 30% today at 1461. We're at a $4 billion market cap. Why? You know, and it's because of the quantum hype, and that is really, in my opinion, a massive kind of retail thing. You know, let's take a look at some of these other ones. Cooler. Okay, I'm not even technically sure what Cooler does, and it's up 40% right now, 478. I was hearing people talk about it around this level. You get this massive kind of run up, and they do stuff with EV batteries, something to do with space, but they also have stabilization technology for rather vibration management, whether that's for engineering or things like server racks. And these stocks are just getting pumped, and these are retail things, you know. Some other ones that are getting kind of some attention from, honestly, Congress. People in Congress are buying this. Is Enovix. So that's at $2 billion right now. They have their X2 millimeter samples going to Malaysia fab. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. See them kick off. They're up 8.78% today, but I think they were up higher in the morning, unless I'm wrong. Nope, it stayed pretty similar. And then you have, I believe it's Gevo. We were talking about this guy a long time ago, up 34.1%. They are basically making isobutanol from plant material, right? Which is what they're saying is going to be jet fuel in the future, you know? So you have a lot of these small kind of cap stocks. I mean, this is 467 million, but you know, you're trading at something around like 300, mid 300 million earlier this morning, and even lower before then, you know? So you have a pretty like retail dominated market right now, I think. And I think the institutions get into it. I mean, Lay's is a perfect example of this, okay? So you made a high today of 932. Okay, you're trading at 892 right now. This is only 22% institutional. This market cap is wrong, by the way. I don't know what's going on with Thinkorswim, why they have that rocking. A lot of their market caps have been incorrect recently. So just a heads up, you can always go to 10Qs or 10Ks, just whatever, any kind of 10 file, and just take the shares outstanding that they have listed on there. They're going to be at the top of the reports, and you can multiply roughly by whatever price you want here. Obviously, the most accurate would be this one that it is trading at currently. But, you know, I mean, retail is moving this, and I think that's kind of why you're seeing maybe some of these larger caps not moving as hard. Maybe the indices aren't moving as hard. I don't even know, what's Amazon up today? It's off. Yeah, folks, stay right there. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching the Tom O'Brien Show. Yeah, I just got asked in the den by Gray, will Tim Ord be on today? I meant to address that in the first segment. Unfortunately, he is gone for the holiday season, so he'll be back with us on Tuesday. And I don't think we have a half day. I really got to get on top of that. Half day, that is New Year's Eve. Okay, so we will be off Wednesday, I believe. So yeah, he's not going to be on today, but we'll have him back on Tuesday. He says hello to everyone. I spoke to him earlier this morning. You just look at TFNN.com. We're extending this a little bit, just in case you want to get back in there. Of course, I really want to talk about, we have live trading Fridays with Larry Pesavento. That is still going on tomorrow. That's going to start at 9 a.m. and it goes until noon. If you're not familiar with it, basically Larry trades live. He is explaining all of his entries, all of his exits, his logic behind it. He takes live questions. So, you know, if you kind of want to get in and see, Larry's been trading again for like longer than I've been alive, which is kind of crazy to think about. And so he has a lot of information to share. So if you're kind of just getting into trading, or maybe you just not been having great luck recently, it is really good to get into this, right? And that's what I think is a nice benefit of TFNN as a whole, right? I mean, having people here all the time that are trading or looking at stuff, you know, I think it brings almost this kind of like psychological comfort to it as well, and allows you to pull the trigger. One of the biggest problems I have in my personal life as a trader is I see these things and I'm like, but do I take it? Do I not take it? And so, discussing it out with people in the den maybe gives me some better kind of concept. And, we're all on our own kind of journey with trading, and it's definitely an interesting one. So, I really do recommend live trading Fridays with Larry. It is a great time. There's going to be 2 times a month. That is the second and fourth Friday of every month from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern time. And then, again, I will say, check out the Tiger's Den Trading Room. Okay, this is $1 a year. The only reason we charge you that much is just because we want to make sure we know who is in there. That is for security reasons. We want to keep everything good, safe for everyone, and kind of focused on trading. So really recommend, some of these kind of small poppers that I see are from people in the den, and it's fantastic. And it just gives you something to read about, So really recommend checking that out. We have a bunch of people, but somehow we managed to not make it super congested, which I think is honestly kind of neat. I don't know how that phenomena works, but it is fantastic. So really strongly recommend, if you do this, it is pretty straightforward, but I will run through it. Simple. We have all the steps on here, right? So you just click this link. Okay, you're going to download it. If you got Windows, you choose Windows. It's going to be able to sense your OS. You don't got to worry about that. Create your account. This is separate from TFNN account, so you create your own here. click this link. That's going to get you into the den. And now when you get into the den, you're not going to see everything just yet. You got to email us at sales@tfnn.com with your account name. That way we just know who's in there. We're going to give you access. You're all good to go. And we have frequently asked questions as well. So anyways, let's move on a little bit. What do we want to talk about? We could take a look at LAES just a little bit further because there's something unique here. So that's up 61.22% today. That is so crazy. Yeah, this said plummeted. And I was like, oh no, is something not going right? But they had an incorrect headline. Trading at, I think this is about a 700 million market cap right now. They are suspending all stock option offerings for the next, I believe, 60 days, so you don't run the risk of dilution in this time period. But this has created like a really interesting trading pattern over the past few days, right? So I say past few days, like multiple sessions. You get these big run-ups, right? And then it ends with a big upside to the green on good volume, and it comes down and it trails, and you get a run-up, and then another boop to the green, and it keeps doing that, right? And the end of the day, it usually peters off. You've had this, I don't even know if I could take too long trying to like show you guys what I'm talking about, but my point being is you get these massive upticks and then a down kind of for like an hour or something like that, and then again, and it goes, and again, and it goes, and again, and it goes, and it just is kind of trading that way. So it's very interesting, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but I've noticed that. I've been trading the stock in and out over the past, I guess maybe month now or something, and it just tends to do that, which is kind of strange. That of course is on an hourly. If you look on it on a daily 1 minute, you'll see really what I'm talking about. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is not because of any reason to talk about Seal. They did, however, have their SealQuantum.com lab. This is another thing this company is doing where they keep posting these kind of headlines in the mornings, and there's been new headlines nearly every morning, and that gives it some kind of reason to run up. So, there's some stuff just to kind of collate and kind of understand what's going on. The reason I bring that up is because I wonders when that stops, right? Is the individual or group that is doing these big bars to the upside, did they stop as well? And I'm not sure. You are getting some kind of breakdown right now. Let me see here. But this is what it does at the end of the day. It makes a few new highs, right? And then it comes back down. This is actually a pretty strong retest, actually. Usually they'll stop, somewhere around there. And then come back up, and then it peters out. So you're trading at 878 right now. But I want to bring up W Key, because this is its parent company, right? And I think they own a large portion, at least for the revenues of it. This is moving up today. This is WiseKey, up 25.76%. This was catching like no bid earlier today. I think it was up something like 4% when LAES was just skyrocketing. Excuse me. The reason I bring that up is because I was looking on the bar chart, and Dan was talking about this in the den as well, right? Where they've been pretty married for a little while, the prices. And I actually was curious. I looked up on bar chart, and you actually are now beginning to see, a divergence in some capacity. And there's kind of two ways I think we can look at this. So the blue is going to be LAES, right? And you see for a while, WiseKey, doing quite well. They stay pretty similar. Obviously, there are some like divergences here. This goes down, WiseKey pumps up. I don't know if that's people getting out of LAES into WiseKey. But really what we want to talk about is this, So you get this initial move up in Seal, right? And then you get a follow-up with WiseKey. That keeps going higher. Seal goes higher. WiseKey starts coming down, Seal starts going down. And so that's a pretty, married pattern right there. And then you get this major divergence here, right? Where Seal's just runs to the upside, and WiseKey has been doing not really anything except some level of like consolidation, right? And so, the question is, and this is of course on a daily, but the question is does this catch back up, right? I think that in a world where the movement in Seals is tied to financials that you would see something like this. But my concern is that Seals is getting some kind of hype with the quantum realm, right? Because they're doing this post-quantum cryptography, and WiseKey isn't capitalizing on that in the same exact way. And I'm not sure that a lot of retail guys are familiar with this relationship. And if there's more institutions piling into it, I think they see it more just for the quantum kind of realm, and its ability just to kind of move price-wise beyond anything else. If it were financials tied, then WiseKey should be moving up as well, right? Because they're getting money from what SealSQ is doing. So, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about this kind of when we get back from the break. Just stay right there.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jacob Shoup watching TFNN right here, the Tom O'Brien Show. You were just taking a look at WISEKey's movement compared to LAES, you get some kind of divergence here, right, of the usual path. So does that mean WISEKey can go back up? Again, I think this has a lot to do with the perception of SEAL-SQ. Maybe not so many people understanding that it is connected with WISEKey itself. I think if SEAL-SQ starts posting some actual good financials, then WISEKey absolutely does. I will say, though, that for WISEKey, there is a pretty big, and like 27.73% to the upside is really good, and people caught on to it. Let's see if this is getting sold off right now. Ooh, it's a little bit. All right, anyways, it's still up unbelievably for the day. So you're looking at WISEKey right now. They have a catalyst on January 14th, right? And I want to say, I still like what this company is trying to go for, right? The SEAL-SQ with the post-quantum chips is great. Obviously, you have WISEKey's root of trust, and then SEAL-SQ trying to do post-quantum PKIs. I think it's crazy. So WISEKey, they're launching their satellite. This is going to be able to essentially help IoT devices communicate with SpaceX on January 14th. I think you got some pump for that. Let's see here. Yeah, expanded satellite constellation to enhance security protocols by incorporating SEAL-SQ's post-quantum chips to further future-proof the network. I think you run, so this is constellation of nanosatellites ensures worldwide IoT connectivity is kind of what they're going for, at least they're saying they're going for on this. They're trying to increase the number of satellites, provide higher bandwidth and redundancy, integrating AI-driven analytics for real-time data processing, developing hybrid terrestrial satellite solutions for secure IoT connectivity. And again, we've been speaking about how important that is going to be going forward, especially as IoT grows and these kind of attacks get a little bit more sophisticated. In fact, I don't think I was able to do this. Kind of going off here for a second, but there was a big report. I think it was the Wall Street Journal, maybe last week or the week prior, and they were saying that solar panels are one of the largest kind of like attack surfaces that exist, and that is an IoT device, right? And they operate very similarly on the network like that. So just to kind of, I think, underline how important IoT is going to be, and then how important, by extension, IoT security is. So anyways, my point is saying is that there is some kind of news catalyst for WISEKey going forward into next month, and that's going to be January 14th, and that's when they launch. If that launch goes well, I promise you, whoever is doing the headlines for these companies knows how to milk this stuff. I mean, they really do, because they're always posting stuff. And I did look at sealquantum.com lab, and I mean, it's not, to take like a closer look into the thing, I mean, it's not anything groundbreaking, but the fact that they're just maintaining exposure out there to get, more people getting into it. I got to figure out like an exit for this, I would say, but as it stands, it still, has a pretty strong uptrend, and you're now getting, institutional investors into it. So kind of interesting. On that same note, with satellites, we'll talk a little bit about GSAT, right? So this is what we were talking about. Was it Monday? Was it Friday? I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but we were looking at the Form 4s for GSAT, Global Star Inc. They do satellites. They're partnered with Apple. And we were looking at their guy Monroe III, and he just kept buying. He was buying at any price point GSAT was at. Looks like everyone else caught on to that a few days late, and it's up 8.12% on that news. I mean, that is what's driving this price right now. And so, I wonder if there's some kind of big news that's going to come out with it. Of course, the forward guidance, margin increasing to 54% is good. The forward guidance is not huge. 260 to 285. It just isn't. This is interesting as well, seeing revenue of more than $495 million over a longer term. But part of me wonders as well if they have something in the pipeline with Apple. I think one of Apple's big kind of advantages they're going to have going forward is be able to communicate over satellite. I think, again, to reiterate everything we're going through last week when we were talking about GSAT is that you saw stuff with like the hurricanes and all different kinds of natural disasters where Apple was actually allowing people to call their loved ones or whatever, rescuers, via satellite communications. And I think Apple's going to try to start doing that more, and that will be kind of a buying point for them. But, excuse me. Oh, man. Get some more water in here. But as I'm saying here, the general market kind of caught on that this guy was just buying a ton of shares and then propped it up 8.12% on really no news besides that. So keep GSAT on your watch list. I think even with the 7.87% increase today, whatever that is in the pipeline that made the guy want to buy that much of it, just hasn't come out yet. And of course, that is speculation. I mean, it really is. But they've constantly expanded their deals with Apple. So it leads me to wonder if that is going to happen relatively soon. Kind of interesting. Let's look right now as well at Castellum. We were talking about these guys. I mean, this is crazy, right? I mean, what were we talking we're talking about this at like 44 cents or something like that. This is up at $1.33. I'm bringing this up because I was talking to people about it in the den and kind of want to talk about it. So nothing going on. What is going on with Castellum? What is Castellum? This is a cybersecurity company. They are trying to do business with the U.S. government. The guy, the CEO, give me 1 second here. He was in the military for a long time. He had a letter to shareholders when he, became CEO relatively recently. Was saying, listen, I understand this company is in dire straits right now. Share price is horrible. Etc. We're going to get this stuff taken care of. Their finances were abysmal. They're improving. I would still argue that they're kind of abysmal right now. There's a lot of debt, not a lot of cash. Whoever was running this before was just not doing this thing properly. The guy's name is Glenn Ives. He's the new president and CEO. And I read around 33 cents. I read his letter to shareholders, and I was like, you know what? I like what he was saying. I think that path makes sense. He wants to talk about paying down debt, which is kind of what you're going to start seeing with this kind of share dilution and everything that's been happening recently. And then additionally, he wants to get more contracts. So the first phase has been occurring where they are paying down debt, which is very awesome. And then recently, this got an IDIQ contract, an Oasis Plus IDIQ contract from the U.S. government, which has the potential to run revenue for these guys. Folks, stay right there. We'll be right back. Discuss this a little bit more when we return.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jacob Shoup watching the Tom O'Brien Show. I have QuantumScape up right now. This is up 13.87%. The reason why I'm talking about this is to be aware, and someone brings up... That's right, Fletch. Yeah, someone brings up in the den just like QuantumScape's up this much. I'm like, okay, let me take a look. And I remembered what was going on with this. There are some like really big named influencers online right now, whether it's on Twitter, on YouTube, or whatever, talking about the quantum computing hype. And they keep including QuantumScape into it, saying that it is a quantum computing company that hasn't taken off yet, right? This is incorrect. This is a solid state EV battery. Now, they do some really cool stuff. They are doing a silicon solid state battery that doesn't require, I believe, graphene to intercalate the ions. So it's a very neat concept. You store a lot of power in that. It's a little bit lighter as well because you don't have a liquid electrolyte. So if you're interested in kind of cutting edge EV battery investments, definitely take a look at QuantumScape. Certainly very competent in that realm, but they are not a quantum computing company. So please, please, please keep that in mind. To my knowledge, there is no news for QuantumScape today that they've had any kind of significant breakthrough or anything that really matters. And I'm near positive that this is getting confused with quantum companies, quantum computing companies. I don't even know, see, like, what is this? Correction, QuantumScape is not a quantum computing related stock. I'm not even sure what that's from, but there you go, right? I mean, this is, people are confusing this with that for sure. Anyways, very cool company. If it says quantum, we should make a company called Quantum AI Space or something like that, and we could hit all three of the big pumps. How about Quantum AI electric vertical takeoff? That would be kind of cool, you know. Whatever's just getting pumped, just get the name. What was the other one that we were looking at too? It was like a floppy disk company, and it had quantum in the name, and it blew up, and it's still up too. I can't remember the name of it or the ticker for it right now, but just be wary. And seriously, guys, if you're going to invest in something because you like the hype that's going on with it, which is fine, I mean, it's valid, you're just momentum trading, just make sure it actually, you know, I mean, at least Qubit says they're trying to do quantum computing, right? Like, at least their name is quantum computing, even though they don't really do that. But QuantumScape 100% does not do anything in that realm. Taking a look at CTM. Oh, Duncan, that's crazy. Yeah. Quantum AI Fusion. Tony, that's 100% right. That's exactly what we're going to do. We don't have to work anymore. Castellum. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. I want to go back to it. They're improving, okay, their financials, their debt is going down. They have increased contracts as well. They have an Oasis Plus IDIQ, which is indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity order from the US government. That is for 10 years, if I am correct. Yes, a 10-year performance period with no ceiling value. Let's see here. Man, this was when this thing was at 26 million market cap. We're trading at 75 million right now. I mean, it's caught a massive bid on Tuesday, and then really did today. So my thing is I like the company. I think it's interesting. I think they do have ways to move forward. There's a lot of competition in quantum space, but from looking at their management, it seems like they are pretty ingrained in the military life. Most of them having been in the military and most likely having a lot of connects in there. That, of course, is what the CEO is trying to leverage right now. So why not get in right now? Well, of course, you have a big volume to the upside, but after not doing anything for a while, but we know that doesn't really matter right now, at least in this short term, because tons of stocks have been doing this, right? What I think this company is going to do is they're going to dilute. I think they need more cash to kind of get to a position they want to be in. And so I would not be surprised if tomorrow morning we get news that this company is going to dilute and this will come back down. You know, I don't know what this buy is because there's no news necessarily. The IDIQ contract news came out, I think 5 days ago, and they diluted immediately after that. It didn't even really respond, you know. So I think they're going to dilute again. This happens with companies of this market cap and that have the financial situation that they have. So I would say if you're interested in getting into Castellum, like if I'm going to do a re-entry, I'll speak for myself. Like I'm going to wait for that kind of news and have that sell off and see if I can get a position again. Because I believe there's potential for this to at least get a hype run up like it just had today and to continue to keep going. Now, important to understand is they're not AI or quantum related. So, you know, you're not getting in with that kind of pump, but, you know, smaller company that hasn't gotten a lot of exposure, that just gets an indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract for 10 years from the US government is pretty cool. You know, so it looks like it's kind of stabilizing around this 130 to 136 area. And it has been since maybe 2 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, you broke down a little bit again, and you're finding some resistance at 130 right now. So we'll see what happens. I do think that tomorrow you're going to see dilution in this. So just a heads up on that. Maybe you don't pile into it right now. But hey, I mean, you know, making a big high volume, you know, high at 171 and then coming back down and consolidating, like, you know, really not that far down, maybe 20% or something like that, and holding up 138% for the day is not bad. You know, yeah, there's a lot of contracts they have out, a lot of shares they have out for like 38 cents. So this was on December 12th, and then it closed around the 24th. They had 9.4 million shares of common stock direct offered at 38 cents per share. That was to raise 3.6 million in gross proceeds. So, yeah, you know, you have that to look out for and stuff like that. But kind of interesting. It's interesting when you talk about these things and they blow up like 139%. I mean, that is kind of crazy to think about. What else do we have going on? Another big mover today is Red Cat, which is kind of crazy. So that's up 12.20% right now, trading at a 1 billion market cap. How about that? I don't know if there's any like major news on that in any capacity, but I think dealing with Palantir is huge. And on Palantir, I read this interesting article. I'm not a big Seeking Alpha guy in any capacity, but this headline kind of was a little bit interesting to me. And what the guy was saying is that there is upcoming SARs that are not being accounted for. These are stock appreciation rights, excuse me, that are not being accounted for in the upcoming 10Q filing. That's worth about 119.7 million. So unrecognized expense is what this would be, and that can kind of mess EPS up a little bit. If that's the case, right, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, I would need to do my own research on it, but I just saw it like 2 minutes before I went live, and I thought it was kind of interesting to bring up and maybe put it on your guys' place when you look at it. That could be a severe problem for Palantir, you know? On that note, We'll talk a little bit about our friends over at Direction. They have some leveraged ETFs for Palantir, both bull and bear, which I'm considering getting into if I have a plan on what Palantir is going to do at earnings. Folks, you stay right there. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, everybody. Jacob Shue, Tom O'Brien Show. 2-minute long segment. Let's take a look at what we got going on. I was talking about Palantir. They potentially have a lot of unrecognized SARs. Would recommend just kind of doing your own research on that and seeing what you think. But if you feel like you have an idea about what Palantir is going to do, our friends over at Direction do have. I just want to bring this up because I play these on earnings. You don't have to worry about puts or God forbid, leveraging yourself. This is the PLTU. This is a 2x bull for Palantir. Pretty sweet gig. And the PLTD, which I'm leaning towards a little bit, even without that kind of potential unrecognized hit. This is PLTD now. This is just a one-time bear share, but hey, at least you get some exposure on it. Listen, if you own Palantir, might not be bad if you want to do some kind of hedging and stuff like that. But I find that kind of cool. And I like if Direction ever has, some kind of inverse or bull ETF, and I have an idea for something during earnings, I get into it because, I mean, hey, why not, you know? And sometimes you make money where before you would not have made any at all. What did I want to bring up? I wanted to bring up this. People were talking about, man, I apologize, whoever it was in the den, but RZLV, this is Resolve AI. Talking about that's up 30% today. You know, you had a capital management group maintaining a buy on that. You had Market beat next big winner. You know, I mean, these are just headlines, stuff like that. This is interesting. I got to look more on Resolve. I don't know what they necessarily do, but the reason I'm saying that is because I want to segue into this guy. This is One Meta Inc. This is kind of a crazy company. Now, they're over the market right now. They're trying to file for a NASDAQ listing, but they have real-time like voice translation. They're partnered with Microsoft. They're partnered with the Vatican. I think they just expanded to the Archdiocese of Oklahoma City today. It's kind of crazy. You just talk and it would translate, you know, to anyone listening. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic day.